है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in verse number 12. पंच प्राण मनो बुद्धि दशेन्द्रिय समन्वितम अपंचीकृत भूतोत्थम सूक्ष्मांगम भोग साधनम. So we have in our general life a place to stay. Then we require some means of knowledge by which we can communicate with the world. And that is bhoga sadhanam. So, pancha prana mana buddhi dashendriya samanvitam. This is called a sukshma deha or the subtle body. Am I audible to all? You know, when I get a feedback, Swamiji, we are not able to hear. My God, after the lecture is over, nobody in between we sleep, do something for that. So I can join with you. So this is the gross body called Annamaya Kosha. Second is the subtle body. Subtle body is having three components. The prana, mana and buddhi. Prana is a powerhouse. Mind is a means of communication. Buddhi is the I factor. So, apanchikruta bhutottam sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam. Like the gross body is made up of the grossified 5 elements, in the same manner, the subtle body is made up of the ungrossified 5 great elements. See? Everything is having 3 aspects based on the contents. The matter, the function, and the knowledge. So, our body is made out of grossified Pancha Mahabhutas, meaning the Sattva Guna, the Tamo Guna aspect of the Pancha Mahabhutas, the body is made. Then the subtle body is made out of these same Pancha Mahabhutas, but then the subtle is the Rajoguna and the Sattva Guna. So Rajoguna goes into the formation of Pranamaya Kosha. Sattva Guna goes in the formation of the Manomaya Kosha. And Sattva Guna associated with the reflection of the consciousness as Chidabhasa goes in the formation of the Buddhi Tattva. In this manner, this is our subtle body. Thereafter what happens? The story continues. 13th verse. Then I will explain you all together. It will become clear. Anadi avidya anirvacha कारणोपाधिरुच्यते उपाधित्रितयात् अन्यम् आत्मानम् अवधारयेत्. Karana upadhi. This is the upadhi. Which is that upadhi? Anadi, avidya, anirvachya. Anirvachya means you cannot find out why. Okay? So, an example will make it clear. Once a teacher was dictating to the students in a classroom, and she was moving also in between how the students are writing. So one student wrote a wrong spelling. Teacher, being a teacher, became very angry. Asked, who taught you wrong spelling? And the child is innocently reveling in the God. He said, ma'am, wrong spellings are not taught, they happen. The ultimate truth. Ignorance is not the cause. Ignorance is the cause. Therefore, anirvachya. There is no logic. Why? Therefore, this avidya, incomplete knowledge, anadi, and since when you don't know? Since when I never knew it. So therefore, anadi, the ignorance has no beginning, the ignorance has no cause, but the ignorance creates problem. Anadi, avidya, and anirvachya, it cannot be spoken of, it is like this, like that. This is the karana upadhi. This is the cause. Now why karan, why cause? Because out of this only, the subtle body and the gross body are functional. Okay. Now by these three upadhi tritayat anyam, other than these three upadhis, atmanam avadharet. Avadharet means recognize. Now recognize yourself to be other than the three bodies. This is what we have to understand Atma Bodha. So when we are functioning in the waking state, that time it is predominantly the gross body oriented life. When we are experiencing the dream, it is basically the subtle body oriented experience. And in the deep sleep, it is none of them are there. There is absence of the earlier two. So, three things. Gross body, functional in the waking experience, gross world. Where object and the name indicating the object, they are separate. Like this is a box. So box is an object. The box doesn't know its name is box. Then I know. Now be very attentive. Box is a shape, a form. Rupa. And the name box, where it is in me. The one who knows, the name is in me, in the knower. When it is said, the world is name and a form, what does it mean? The world is not only outside, the world is also inside. See, friends, be very attentive. So if we have to conquer the world, if we have to get freedom from the world, between these two, Rupa outside, Nama inside, which is under our control? Inside, isn't it? You cannot do anything outside. And therefore, spiritual practice begins. You have to work on yourself, not on the world. See, friends, but when we are not clear about anything, then we look and say, oh, they are being punished. You should go, hamari mangi puri karo. See, friends, Therefore, it is essential for us to know these basics. So, the gross body is not knowing I am gross body. But the subtle body or the mind knows I am the gross body. So these are gross body, Annamaya Kosh. Subtle body, Pranamaya, Manomaya and Vijnanamaya. Three. So, gross body, subtle body and Anadi, Anirvachya, Avidya, Karan Deha, causal body. This is our personality. Therefore, it is called as Prapancha. Pancha means five. And the root is Pachi. Pachi Vistare means expansion. This is an expansion of five. Five great elements, five tanmatras, then five jnanendriyas, five karmendriyas, pancha pranas, pancha upapranas, panchayati rajya. Just to bring life in the audience, I have put in between some panch. Panchayati rajya. How simple it is. Now, out of these five, what is our position? Who are we? Now, about the gross body, it is just a house. So, house you have to keep clean, perfect, functional. There is the house. Then, the question is, whose house? Mine. Then, whose activity? Mine. Whose hunger? My hunger. So, this I is the owner of the mind, and if the mind is disturbed, what happens? I gets identified with the mind and I am disturbed. Then the pranamaya kosha has got the hunger. Then this I gets identified through the mind with the pranamaya kosha, then I am hungry. In the same I, Vijnanamaya kosha, gets identified through the mind with the body. Then I am man, I am old, I am young, I am not young. So this I is owning these three. So what is the structure of our personality? I is in union with these three. And the last is Karan Deha or Anandamaya Kosh. It's separate. When you are away from the Ananda, means what? Miseries. So this I all the time, in the waking or in the dream, with them. So in the waking, he becomes a waker. In the dream, not identified with the Annamaya Kosha, only identified with this mind and its modification. Therefore, he is miserable in the dream as a dreamer. This is how we are constantly playing, either waker or dreamer, waker, dreamer. And in that we get tired. If if you are Brahman, after what this I does, he dissociates himself from the three. Where does he go? If he is born out of the Karan Deha, it goes back to the cause. And this is deep sleep. So be very attentive. Very important. You must have seen many Mahatmas when they give photographic Ashirvad. You may try to laugh. Frustrated. What is the meaning of this thing? The meaning is, when you sit for meditation, keep this snuff box with you. Take snuff This is called a Jnana Mudra. Now, what is the Jnana Mudra? Separate yourself from the three without going to sleep. Be happy. That is realization. So simple, yes. It's not difficult. What we are doing, we are seeking happiness. If I get that thing, I'll be happy, gone with the gross body. If I can go to that place and enjoy Pranamaya Kosha. If I get a lovely music, I will enjoy Manomaya Kosha. So, whatever we are doing in our life, we are seeking happiness. And in that struggle to seek happiness, whenever you struggle, you get tired in life. And when you get tired in life, go to sleep. And what do we get in the sleep? Nothing. So when we get nothing, we are happy. See? And therefore, extension of the deep sleep in the waking without going to sleep is living in self. And for that, we told a very simple technique. Dekho suno, the world is seen. Mat bolo, experiencer is not born. So the I is functioning through the mind, the prana, and the body, experiencing all good and bad things. Through the mind, joy, sorrows. Through the pranamaya kosha, good, bad food. Through the gross body, distances, heat, cold. But this I doesn't cooperate with them. He experiences, but doesn't cooperate, therefore doesn't react. And therefore, dekho suno mat bolo. So, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. Hearing is happening, but hearer is not born. And if hearer is not born, can you say, I understood? If you understood, then it is a concept. I am, is it a concept? Concepts are subject to change. Once in some university in US, after my talk in some philosophy department, that professor said, Mr. Swami, you presented the concepts very well. Thank you very much. I said, excuse me, dear, I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. Tomorrow you will be retired ex-professor. Ex means unknown. Today you are Indian citizen, American citizen. You will come to India and join Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. You will be Indian citizen. So we are mistaking the experience as a concept. Truth is not a concept. I have understood, I have not understood. It's a concept. See, my friends, therefore that mantra, don't take it just for the musical sake. Every word in that, all the mantras, if you reflect on that, then you will see the change that comes. But we are normally interested into complications. Simple things we doubt. Suppose you are told, if you do the Mrityunjay Mahamantra 2400,000 times, standing in Ganges up to your chest and holding the Rudrakshamala above. you will be realized. I have no doubt you will do it. But then ultimately the question gives, oh, kar to lenge, we have done it for so many days, but what is the meaning of realization? See? We say, I want to realize, I want to know the truth. What is that? Friends, all gains happen through knowledge. Through action, nothing is known. One person came to receive me on the airport. Actually, one lady was supposed to come, and I was going to stay with her. So her neighbor said, you have to prepare, you prepare, I'll go and fetch Swamiji from the airport. He said, but you don't know Swamiji, how will you? Don't worry, Swamijis can be known anywhere. They are always abnormal clothes. So, he was waiting outside the garland and everything. And one Babaji came. Every flight there will be at least half a dozen Babaji. One Babaji came. He came, garlanded, did namaskar. Swami Anubhavanandaji? No. Gadbadananda. You are not also, no. Mala wapas kar. Unless you know, there is no gain, is it not? It is not through action. How important it is. But instead of that, we become so much action, doing karma, karma, karma. And because of the disease of doing, we do meditation. We do yoga. See, my friends, there are 1.5 dozen yoga in Bhagavad Gita. What is the first yoga? You all know. Arjuna, Vishada Yoga. Can Vishada, tragedy, be the yoga? Hey, what a tragedy happened to yoga? Wow. See? Your wife died. Huh? Nice tragedy yoga. How can the tragedy be the yoga? Think over it. But we don't want to think. The problem is, itni si buddhi hai. And that is engaged in the worldly rubbish. Where it is available for contemplation. Think over simple thing. How a tragedy can be yoga. See? It is the tragedy alone which makes us pause, think, look behind, and then come to know. But we are in such a rush, there is no time to think. And therefore, for us to stop for a moment, God, out of compassion and love, creates problem for us. If Bhagavan Krishna had not created a confusion and problem for Arjuna on the battlefield, Bhagavad Gita would never have been created. What Bhagavan Krishna did, he created a problem. There was no need for him, how simple it is, no need for him to tell Arjun, you have to fight with your Dada, see, they are maros go, with your Guru who taught you how to fix the string and pull the arrow and shoot at him only. And then Arjuna got confused. Katham Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam Chamadusudana. And then next, the Dharma Sammudha Cheta. I'm confused. And therefore he says, tell me, Yashrayasya, what is good for me? Then Bhagwan tells him, only you do what you have to do. I will not make decisions for you. Yathachasi tatha kuru. These are the facts of life. And at the end, Arjuna says, now, Nashto Moha Smriti Labdha. All my confusions gone. Now I know what is the purpose of my coming on the battlefield. Therefore, karishye vachanam tava. What is the purpose of our being born as a human being? Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam. What for we are human being? When this question will start bugging you, understand you are reborn. And this new birth will never end. Shuchinam dehatam gehe, Shuchinam shrimatam gehe, yogo bhrashta bijayate, athava yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam. See, friends, therefore, we have to get out of these three pancha koshas or the three upadhis. The I must now be attentive. This I, identified with the mind, becomes happy, miserable. So let there be happiness, misery. Don't become happy or miserable. You are conquered your mind. Then hunger, thirst, become hungry, thirsty. No. When the food has to come, we'll eat. Hold for some time. We are not going to die. If you die, never mind. All problems solved. See? Similarly, no identification with the body. Function through the body. Like every bridge when they construct, they have the estimation. This bridge will last for 100 years, is it not? In the same manner, when everybody is born, it is said in Yoga Shastra, this body will remain for so many respirations. Everybody is designed for how many breathing it can take. Because it is a constant action. What the yogis do, they do not allow the number of respirations to be over. So they'll be doing the kumbha. 20 respirations stop. So 20 respiration long life. See, friends, understand this. Therefore, I not identified with the mind, meaning what? Miseries will come. Good experience, but don't become miserable or happy. Hunger, thirst will come, but don't become miserable because of that. The body will have health diseases. Yes, it is the way. And this can happen only through wisdom. No other way. Then what is the wisdom? Wisdom is when the body has diseases, you are still alive. A dead body doesn't have a disease. So, it's too much of pain here. Congratulations, why? Still alive you are. Take this positive approach in life. Then, whatever we are doing in our life, what is the way to do it? So, experience without experiencer, action without doer, knowledge without the knower. There is a pain, it's a knowledge. But no more a painful person is born. Then, in this process, this I will slowly separate from the three. And this is what we do every day. But the problem is, this I goes back to Anandamaya Kosha. Don't allow it to go there. See? So we are very much normally living like anybody. But the difference is, nobody is born. That is why it is said, nobody is happy. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. This is the meaning that we have to get out of these. So, upadhi tritayat anyam atmanam avadharayet. So, these three upadhis, gross body, subtle body, causal body, yes, they are supported by me. And therefore, when gross body is functional, that time I take the role of a waker. When the subtle body is functional, I take the role of a dreamer. When the causal body is operational, I take the role of the prajna, the deep sleeper. But I am supporting all of them. I don't get influenced by any one of them. Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya. Who is this I? Is this I the one who becomes miserable? Or is this I who is experiencing the miseries without becoming the miserable? Is it possible? Yes. How? Karnataka. Earlier days, the Bala Gandharva, he was a man. He used to act as a woman because those days the ladies were not coming on the stage. Nowadays, they don't go beyond the stage. They remain on the stage. Kala Mahima. So when that man was acting as a woman, all action, dialogues, everything the same. But that time also, he never forgot he is a man, is it not? In the same manner, we have to function in this world. But function is such a manner that don't forget that you are essentially divine. Okay? Support the miseries without becoming miserable. Examples are given in the scriptures. Padma Patra Vivambasa. Like the lotus leaf, born, bred, brought up in the waters, but untouched by the water, isn't it? On the lotus leaf, if water is put, it doesn't become wet. In the same manner, we live in this world, but do not become influenced by the world. And this is tad atmanam avadharayet. This is what we have to insist again and again. And this we have to tell ourselves. Don't tell others. It is very easy to tell others the wisdom, but very difficult to live wisdom. When wisdom is made for others, it is called a philosophy. When the philosophy is lived in one's life, it is called a wisdom. Continue further. Panchakoshadi yogena tattanmaya iva sthitaha shuddhatma nila vastradi yogena spatiko yatha. This water bottle is transparent, isn't it? The water also is transparent. Now, if I hold this water bottle nearer this backdrop, green, what are you seeing? It is a green bottle and the waters are green. Is it really? This is the example given. Panchakoshadi yogena, in association with the Panchakoshas, tat tanmaya iva, as if it has become the five. Like this object, transparent object, when kept with or nearer to the colored object, it appears as if it is colorful, but it is not. Hey friends, Panchakosha adi yoga, tat tanmaya iva means as if. Tat tanmaya iva sthita. What is that? Shuddhatma. Like we are essentially divine. Nothing can contaminate us. My friends, I don't know how to tell this. That when the vision is seeing colors and forms, the vision is not having any color, air, any form. So what sadhana will you do, tell me? No sadhana. This is the fact. This is our natural state. But then what happens? We are obsessed with our likes and dislikes. I don't like this color, I like that color. Who will help us? Therefore, start our journey from the periphery, the world, and march toward the center. So, from the worldly things and beings, come to the next station is sense organs. Sense organs are no more enslaving us. Start from there, come to the mind. They are coming closer to ourselves. Mind is the seat of likes and dislikes. Just don't give any value to the likes and dislikes. How? Dekho suno mat bolo. Second mantra is, who asked you? See? You know this who asked you mantra I got in Badrinath. When I finished my morning darshan 4 o'clock, I was sitting with one old Amma. And I said casually, Amma, now no more lectures. Enough of lectures. I said, quite like you. So she started laughing. I said, hey, why are you laughing? Is it a joke? She said, can there be a better joke than this? So how come? She asked, did Narayana ask you whether you want to give lecture or not? No, he didn't ask you. Then whose question you are answering? Did I ask you whether you want to give lectures or not? No, you didn't ask me. Whose question you are answering? That is our mantra. Who asked you? How we talk unnecessarily. There is no need. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was not observing Mauna. He has nothing to talk. See? The vision is in Maunam. Whatever color and form comes, it is illuminated, but no comments. So, Shuddhatma, Neela Vastradi Yogena Spatiko Yatha. Spatika is transparent, colorless object. When it is kept nearer to a colored cloth, like the same example, this bottle looks green even near the green cloth. If it is nearer to the red one, now it appears as if it has become red or the water is red, but it has not. Exactly the same way. We are neither young nor old, neither man nor woman. See? Therefore, in Vedanta, these differences are not valid. See, my friends, so Shuddhatma Nila Vastradi Yogena Spatiko Yatha. So till such time, we hold on our identification with these Panchakoshas, we will continue to suffer in life. Then, that is what Bhagavan Shankara says, Kurute Ganga Sagar Gamanam Rata Paripalanam Athavadanam Jnana Vihina Sarvamatena Bhajatina Muktim Janmashatena. When I was in Rishikesh, it's very cold, water also very cold. But there some people go and take bath. I say, okay, very good, take bath. You don't take bath in Ganges. I say, I do take. But we have never seen you. I said, I don't take in public. Then how come? I take bath in the vertical Ganges. Vertical Ganges? Yes, the shower. You are taking in the horizontal Ganges. The same water comes here. Gange chahi, Muni chahi, Godavari. Oh, yeah. My friend, unnecessarily making life miserable. Therefore, this shlok which I told you, Uttama Sahajavastha, Madhyama Dhyana Dharana, Adhama Murti Pujacha, Tirtha Yatra Adhama. There was one couple, they went to Kailash Manas. And from the Manas Sarovar, they got one big can full of waters and they came to Mumbai. They were coming for my satsang every day with all preparation, the big bottle, can of water, and small vials. And she said, Swamiji, um, we will fill this water from the Manas Sarovar and in this one, and then you can distribute to others. I said, don't tell me work. I don't work. But why? I said, you think you are giving, but is anybody wanting that? The same thing happens with prasad. I am going to Tirupati, take this prasad. Whether the other fellow wants or not, you keep it with yourself. See, my friends, but we feel, this is what very good. He may be a year or he may be a Iyengar. You go to the Iyengar and say, this is, I am coming from Kailash. This is Kailash. He will get the shock of his life. So don't get lost in all that. Therefore, we get involved and suffer. Continuing further, Vapustushadibi koshaihi yuktam yuktavaghatataha atmanamantaram shuddham vivichat tandulam yatha. Now, stushadibihi yuktaihi koshaihi, when we harvest the paddy, that paddy, the one rice that we eat, it is covered with a shell. So we don't eat that. Then we have to remove the shell. And the shell will not come out. And will you please go away? No, you have to eat. But eat in such a manner that the heat should crack only the shell, not the rice. See? Therefore, it is said, Yuktyavam. There is a technique for that. Oh, important, small little things. When we are told that we are not body, to work on this. Therefore, we start, I am not the body, 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 but there is a pain, never mind, I am not the body, I am not the body. That is not the sadhana. See, either accept that every body you are, or don't get too much involved in relational existence. Body identification takes us to a state where possessions are important. You go to your own houses, you will see there are so many things which you have not used for last 700 years. And if you are told to throw them away, you will not throw it. Kabhi kaam aayega. Marne ke baad. There is only one lady I came across, very sincere, where I go to the Hubli. So she heard in some of my lecture, how do we know we are too much attached to the body? When we are possessive of things around us and we want more and more. Lesser the contents in our house, more we are liberated from body identification. They heard this. Everybody hears. But she started working on that. Her daughter married, grandchildren, only 2 of them. So when I went, I go and stay with them. When I stay with them, I was surprised. The whole house is virtually empty. Both of them have got their own bed and little things. One soap, one toothbrush, one toothpaste, one towel. So many things gone. Whole house is empty. I said, Amma, what happened? No, when you told that, I agree with you. Then what did you do with the clothes and all that? I distributed them. So she says, I have got now only about half a dozen saris. That's it. And he has got about same number of pant, shirt and lungi. That's it. See? We enter our walk-in wardrobe on the 1st of January 25 because we have to go for a marriage on 31st December 2025. Enter there. This sari, that sari, this sari. What people will think, I have got only one sari. Do you think people look at you? See, my friends, how much we are involved in this. See? Therefore, yuktya, we don't have to destroy anything. But that accumulating things, habit has to be slowly, slowly dropped. That is yukti. In yukti, you don't destroy anything, but liberate yourself. Like the paddy is processed in such a manner that the rice comes out undamaged in the same manner. We lead our life, spiritual life, in such a manner that we do not become abnormal. We remain so simple that nobody will even recognize that we are walking the spiritual path. But we want something special. After my talk, one young boy asked, Swamiji, but are you not putting on special clothes and special your shoes and all that? What about that? I said, okay, I'll reply. If a person, he is a police officer and he has to control the traffic and he stands there, but not with his uniform, with a lubgi and tells, hey, will anybody listen to him? Right, yeah. See? So a dress is necessary because he is functioning in a particular way. But when he goes before his wife, ऐसे नहीं करेगा. Although he is putting on the police dress, he will not behave like the police. See? In the same manner, when I go in this attire, people don't ask me the question which are not related. They will be asking, Swamiji, how to control the mind? Swamiji, my wife doesn't listen to me. This is what they will ask. They won't ask, Swamiji, what is your salary? Think. We should be clear in the things, then you will never have problems in life. So, Vastu, and similarly the Khadam, this is many people have problem. The yoga fellows, Swamiji, this knob in the center, is it pressing something so that, your balance remains? I said, no. Then why you put on? Because when I go to temple and remove the shoes outside, nobody takes them. If beautiful slippers, people will take it away. But when they see the khada, they don't take it. On the contrary, they put 2 rupees in uska. मेरा पान बीड़ी हो जाता है. Friends, don't make life miserable. See? So, vapustushadibi yogahi yuktam yukteva ghatataha atmanam antaram shuddham vivichat tandulam yatha. So, without destroying and overdoing at the body level, at the prana level, at the mind level, at the intellect level, no struggle. See? Like many people have this upvas, doing so much of upvas, 7 days, 8 days. Don't do all that. Keep your stomach full and head empty. What we do? The other way around. Tomorrow is Ekadashi. Then, what should we eat? Sabudana khichdi. If you want to do Ekadashi, come to South. You eat everything except white rice. Baki sab chalta hai. They're convenient. Hey friends, therefore don't get into that. Atmanam antaram shuddham vivichat tandalam yatha. Recognize your divinity without doing anything. And that is possible by the simple rule which I repeated 100 times and repeat. Experience without experiencer. Knowledge without knower. Action without doer. Now 16th mantra. Yada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatrava bhasate buddhaveva buddhaveva bhavet bhase svacheshu pratibimbavat. Now see that sada is wrong. It should be yatha. Therefore my mind went there. Yatha, just as sarvagataha, like the space is everywhere, supporting everything, all the four elements. But do not get influenced by anything, either the elements or the modifications of those elements. In the same manner, tatha atma, in the same manner, supports waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, but doesn't get influenced by anything. The achievements and failures of the waker are limited only the waking. Achievements and failures are of the dreamer are only limited to dream. Now one more bombshell I'll put. Do we write autobiography of a dreamer? We don't write. Why? One dreamer has no connection with the other dreamer. In one dream, I was a king. Other dream, I was a beggar. In the third dream, I was a guru. In the fourth dream, I was a rickshaw puller. Any connection? No connection. Because every dream is separate, so dreamer is separate. If we digest, accept it, now work the next proposition. Like for every dream, there is a separate dreamer. For every waking experience, there is a separate waker. It is not the same one. It cannot be. Before marriage, I was a girl. Then the marriage happened. Next day, I am a wife. So how am I the same? Earlier, girl was living the life. Next day, the wife is living the life. Now how that girl has become a wife? In association with some upadhi, is it not? So aupadhik anekta is taken seriously and real, and therefore the samsara begins. See, friends. Now, to understand this point, if you take a garland, flower garland, and you are asked, comment on it. Oh, it is so beautiful, it is so big, it is so symmetrically made, and there are so many beautiful, colorful flowers. You can keep on talking about garland. Have you seen? Take a picture, take a photograph that it is real. Okay. Then put the garland, cut the thread, remove all the flowers properly without destroying any flower. Now ask where the garland has gone. Is it destroyed? You can destroy something if it is existing. Is garland a reality? See, friends. And if there are too many flowers, a huge garland. If there are less number of flowers, small garland. If there is only one flower, no garland. If you live in utter today, you are nobody. And nobody alone is happy. But what we do? We go in the past. Jaane kahan gaye wo din. Therefore, spiritual practice. Don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Learn to remain in the utter present. Because what is the personality? Personality is autobiography. I was born, first bluff. Nobody is born. See? Then I started going vertically, then horizontally, then I cheated this way, I did this thing, blah, 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 blah. Then what happened? Then what happened? Then what happened? See? Tell something about you. Okay, Swamiji, I was born on 31st April and then started growing. I went here, I went there, I had studied this thing, that thing, and then what happened? Then I came and met you. I said, oh, you met me. Oh, yes, right in front of you. Oh, I've forgotten. Then what happened? Then you asked me to tell about me. I told. Then, now hereafter, nothing to talk. My friends, we talk to others only about the dead, non-existing past. That is the non-existing thing called as the ego. So longer the past, meaning older the person, very fragile is the ego. If somebody says something, what happened? What is there to happen? I am the most unwanted furniture in this house. Naak saaf karo. See, friends, if you live in utter present, you have learned all the spiritual practice. And the second thing we do, we go on projecting about the future. Okay? When we project the future, we talk to ourselves. Now, net result is either go in the past or the future. We are never in the present. The present, without the influence of the past and the future, is presence. This experience. Now, you are neither man nor woman, neither married nor unmarried, neither healthy nor unhealthy. Just be. It doesn't matter whether eyes are open or closed, whether you are moving here and there, looking here and there. It doesn't matter. But when we are moving in this world, then we start commenting. This side there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bulbs. But this side, I think in between 2, 3 bulbs are fused or what? World is created. See, my friends, spiritual practice is so simple. Therefore, sada sarvagato atma no sarvatrava bhasate. We are the one. Everywhere we are. To understand this, change your standpoint in life. What is our standpoint? We are inside the body. Inside, outside is the highest illusion. When you transcend this illusion of inside, outside, your whole approach to life will change. See? Because inside, outside demands a reference point. This mala is inside. Inside what? Inside my pocket, yaar. It's okay. This water bottle is outside. Outside pocket. Because earlier reference was pocket. Then this water bottle is inside the hall. But shoes are outside. Outside of what? Earlier reference, the hall. Shoes are inside the institution. Car is outside. Reference, institution. All our knowledge is referential. Now this is general. Now come to subjectively. Space is outside, space is inside. From the hall's point of view. Ask the space. Hey, how do you enter inside the hall? I don't enter anywhere. But I have seen you in the hall, in the temple, in the toilet. I don't know. Why? They are in me. I am not anywhere. See, friends, the air is outside, air is inside. Inside it is called as prana, outside it is called as air. Ask the air. Air will say, what prana? See, recognize this. Because if the connection between the outside air and inside air is snapped by kumbhak, try to do kumbhak for half an hour. You will be left with no questions. Because you are realized. So the air is inside or we are in the air. Same thing. Any object, it has to be included in our knowledge, in our mind. Therefore, this bottle is included in my mind as an object and I know the knowledge of that bottle is in me. Therefore, the bottle is in me, I am not in the bottle. When the bottle is removed, nothing happens to me. Because I know both presence and absence of the bottle. Nothing happens to me. Like if there are 10 pots in a open ground and there will be 10 pot spaces. If one more pot is added, is new pot space created? If one pot breaks, is the pot space broken? No, because the pots are in the space, space is not in the pot. Recognize this. When this we are able to recognize, the real spiritual practice is change your standpoint in life. Don't look from within outside. Look at the world, how the God is looking at his creation. And therefore Bhagavan Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. Is it not our experience? Vision says, Samoham sarva kalareshu. Whatever may be the color. Name dveshosti na priya. Is it not our experience? Samoham sarva anubhaveshu. Waking, dream, deep samadhi. And the same. If we have seen 10,000 dreams, do we become 10,000 year old? See? They all have come and gone. Nothing happened to us. As much the dreams come and go, that much the waking dream also comes and goes. There is no difference. We have seen in this text only. The dream is never experienced as a dream. See, Swakale satyavat bhati, prabodhe sati asat bhavet. When the dream is going, during that time it is a solid reality. In the same manner, this waking dream, it is such a solid reality. But when we are awakened to our essential nature, then what will happen? Everything will continue as it is, but it will not be taken as real, like in a Karnataka. In the drama, everything looks as if so real, but nothing is real. Then what further drama is done? Time pass. All your questions are answered in this happy Antramala. Try this, work on it again and again. So, 16 mantra, we have done that only. So, yatha sarvagataha api atma na sarva avabhasate. Although the space is everywhere, because everything is in the space. See, if you go deeper in your understanding, you will see when we say God is everywhere, this is an abuse to God. God is not everywhere. Is the space an object, and in that God is? The space is in the God. God is not in the space. But our thinking is, I am inside, outside. And therefore, when you do meditation, sit for meditation, take the air inside, and then you will see something going gad 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 up there. Garam garam macha aa gaya. But again, it is not happening. That day it happened. What was that? It was the gas. We don't want to get out of body identification. Then I have seen something. So I am the seer of the seen. What is the difference? See, you know the basic thing. Why these topics of jiva, last life, this life, next life, karma. This topic is in our scriptures only for one reason. We are all expert in blaming others for all the problems of our life. That is our expertise. So, what is spiritual life? We are squarely responsible for everything that happens in our life. That is spiritual life. If I feel I am miserable because of my wife, I have to help her change. Then what will be the sadhana of the husband? What will be his Ishta Devata? Kali, Karali. And what will be her figure with a belna in the hand? Because you have become a relative. See, friends, recognize this. Therefore, if we know this simple thing, look at the world from the God's vision. Name dveshvaste na priya. Then conclusion, whatever experiences we have, good or bad, for that we are squarely responsible. Nobody is responsible for anything that happens in our life. But then we are expert in blaming others. Because of government. Has the government told you that don't get up early in the morning? Has the government told you eat as much as you want? No. You have your own control. See, friends, therefore, like the self is, everything is in the self, but we are so much oriented into the finite that we forget about it. So, buddha eva avabhaseta. Therefore, this reality can be reflected only in the intellect by inquiry. Swacheshu pratibimbavat. It is something like the mirror is covered by dust. So, the reflection will not be clear. Then, second, the mirror is not only covered by dust, but it is shaky. The reflection will be difficult to catch. But if the mirror is steady, clean, you stand in front, as you are, so you will be seen. In the same manner, our intellect, our buddhi, is contaminated by the garbage of the worldly possessions. See? In that, how the divinity can express. And second thing, it is not steady, constantly disturbed. Therefore, if we are able to manage this, Sacheshu Pradibimbavat, empty the contents of your intellect, what will happen? You will come to a point that you are nobody. And then you will understand nobody is happy, That is the only truth. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. In this manner, we have to slowly and steadily clean our intellect through understanding, reflection. Then continuing further, Dehendriya Manobuddhi Prakrutibhyo Vilakshanam Tadvritti Sakshanam Vidyat Atmanam Rajavatsada. So who are we? Deha, Indriya, Mana, Buddhi and Prakriti Vilakshanam. Lakshana means attributes. Vilakshan means unlike that. So what is Deha? Deha is having a shape. Deha is born. Deha grows. Deha undergoes modification. One day the Deha dries. Vilakshanam. So the self is neither born, no shape, nor grows, no dies. Recognize this. I'll tell you how simple it is. How much sadhana and efforts a husband has to put to know that he is basically a man. Does he have to do the japa? I am man, I am man, I am man, I am man. What are you doing these days? I am husband, I am husband, I am husband. See, friends, we don't have to do anything. Change your focal length. How to change it? Who is miserable? Somebody is miserable. And somebody could be anybody. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. Once you pinpoint this, then Deha, from here, then Indriya. See? When we are able to see or not able to see properly. Don't we know that? These days I can't see properly. So, you are other than that. Otherwise, how will you know? Deha, Indriya, Mana. Oh, my mind is so disturbed, So you know the mind also. Buddhi, come on, I try but I don't understand. So you are different from that. And Prakriti and the whole world. Vilakshanam. So all these things from body up to Prakriti, they all fall in the purview of the Prakriti. Prakriti is that where Vikriti is bound to be. That which does not suffer any modification is the truth. But our struggle is we want to remain unchanged as a body. But the body will change. You cannot stop it. That is the nature. You cannot stop nature. Then what we will do? We will go to the beauty parlor, do the makeup. One lady came to our house. It was raining in cats and dogs, completely drenched. She came, knocked the door. Husband opened the door, saw her close the door. Don't know who is this fellow coming. Again she knocked. And before husband could say anything, she shouted, "How dare you close the door on my face? Oh, it's you, I didn't recognize." Because he has seen her only in the makeup. When she came in the race, makeup was washed. And the reality was unpalatable. See, friends, take life lightly. Don't become too serious in life. So, Vilakshanam, then, Tad Vritti Sakshanam Vidyat. Now, know for certain. Every thought is known by someone who is other than the thought. Tad Vritti Sakshanam Vidyat Atmanam Rajavat Sada, like a king. Who is a king? In his presence, everything happens. But he is not doing anything. When the war happens, what he said, this king attacked that kingdom. And he won the war. He is sitting in his own house. He has not gone there. Because of him only everything is happening. In the same manner, the truth that we are, the self that we are, because of that, all the faculties are functioning. If the reality drops this body, you may have the structural eyes, but no function. Therefore, tadvritti sakshanam. So understand what is the real spiritual practice is this. Experience without experiencer. I will not be tired without repeating this. Vritti sakshanam means what? You are observing everything, but no comment. When no comment, the experiencer is not born, although experience is. So joy is there, but joyful body is not there. Misery is there, miserable body is not there. I think we have to close. Okay. So, vritti sakshanam vidyat atmanam rajavas sada. Therefore, don't get too much disturbed, involved in this world. Whatever we are supposed to do, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. But don't get buried in that role. Like an actor on the stage is so real. See his dialogues and all that. But after he comes in the green room, hey, utar chaddi. शिवाजी महाराज को ऐसा बोल रहा है. अरे शिवाजी. And after changing the costume, he goes, sits on his bicycle, and he goes slowly. And in between, bicycle becomes puncture. Shivaji goes to the puncture shop. शिवाजी क्या हो गया? अगर पंचर हो गया. Friends, once you take this stand in your life, you can never be miserable. You will make the miseries miserable. You will not become miserable. Therefore, the highest spiritual practice is this. Be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.